opportunity. That's like, is it?
I was interviewing my father about the way he wipes his ass.
Just a giant baby
That tasted like a can of SpaghettiO sauce.
Yeah, like Chef Boyardee.
Yeah, like Chef Boyardee, exactly.
Yeah,
I wonder if I can find a way to like spray my semen on her face even when I'm not there.
Yeah, it's like a moral fucking dilemma.
It's an AIDS advertisement.
Oh, this is god awful.
Not the boobs.
This is not amateur hour. After Tinnerman's 144. Nolan here.
Jason over here.
Fucking cracking up at something in the corner.
I was laughing at myself during the intro when I was talking about finding a way to spray cum on our face.
Oh.
I think I've heard that a couple times, but it just sounds so ridiculous.
Just registered?
It just registered how genius I can be, I guess. I also I was laughing because I realized that like the topic that I was going to start with was really just like a funny statement, and it was funny to me. But I mean, I'm still gonna roll with it.
Sure.
But it's just like it was something that I had realized when I had to look at Google Maps to allow it to tell me like my ETA to get to your house last weekend.
Yeah.
I like caught a flat in Camden, of course, and was like on my way here and couldn't inflate my tire, so I'm like walking with my bicycle, and I look at the GPS and it tells me like 42 minutes, right, and like 2.5 miles or something, and I like put my head down and I just started walking, and I looked up and I had gained like 4 minutes or so. By the time I got here, I think it was like 33 minutes. So
right.
So Google had underestimated me by like a modest like 20-something%, like 9 minutes, right? And it regularly does that. And I was just thinking, either I was like thinking to myself, and now it's going to come across like a humble brag, but like I'm like a really superior human being, or robots just don't know shit about me and can't really like figure me out. So my topic was, hold on a second. My topic was, this is my show prep. Judgment Day has got nothing on me. These robots have been underestimating me for years. And that's basically just a nod to like the fact that I can regularly beat the GPS as to like when it's going to tell me to be there. And most of the times I'm transporting myself like via my own power. So I feel superior, like one of those gladiator people,
Okay.
And I was thinking about that as I was like charging down the street, carrying my bike like on the way to your house last week, after like a really ridiculous stretch run of like terrible luck in going across the bridge to get from Pennsylvania to New Jersey. I just started to really like lose my mind a little bit. So yeah, that's my topic.
That's the whole thing.
My big dick and my ability to be faster and stronger than the AI can like imagine me to be.
I feel like I frequently beat my GPS time.
Like in a car or like on feet or on bicycle?
In a car, I never use it any other way.
Oh, now I don't feel so great. Like,
but also like there's plenty of times where like I'll leave the house because like Waze especially has that feature where it's like, what time do you need to be there? So you're like, oh, I need to be there tomorrow at 10. And then it's like, you need to leave at, and it tells you the time. Yeah.
Do they have a bicycling feature, Waze? Like, will it give you bike routes?
I don't
Google
know.
Maps has like specifically like a tab that will put it into bike mode, which will not take you on highways or anything.
Apple does too. I don't know if Waze does that, but
I like that idea,
like,
the feature of like, this is when you have to leave.
You'll be like, okay, I'm leaving by this time. You leave like 5 minutes early, and you're like, all right, I'm going to make the time. And then like 2 minutes into your drive, your time goes like, rerouting, traffic is building up, and then it adds like an hour to your fucking trip. And you're like, why the fuck did you tell me to leave at this time? So, sometimes that happens. And when that happens, you don't beat your GPS.
I do think like some of what I'm talking about is due to the fact that I'm tall and I have like a generally longer stride than most people. That
might be accurate.
Yeah. But, whatever.
So I was thinking about, because like I'm redoing my whole backyard, and so like I bought like a bocce set, like to play bocce in the backyard.
Oh, I thought you said hibachi.
No, a bocce
like the
set,
Asian
like to
grill
play.
thing. Okay.
Yeah, no, the Italian ball game.
Not to like chop shrimp up and throw them in people's mouths.
And then I was thinking of like doing like, because after like the whole main section of the art is done, there's still like a lot of fucking space that I got to do something with. So I was thinking of doing like a quates pit. Quates, right?
Yeah.
So, which for all of those of you who don't know, it's like a totally local fucking game. Not even here. People around here don't know what fucking quates are. But
For real?
yeah, it's like, but it's like basically horseshoes, but it's played with a ring instead of a horseshoe. But it's essentially the same exact game on a smaller bit.
I had no idea this was like a local.
Yeah, they call it, dude. If you Google it, it's called Trenton Quates. Yeah, it's that local.
Jesus.
It's super local.
Because all my family members had those little like.
Of course.
The altered horseshoe that was a circle.
Yeah, I grew up playing my whole fucking life. I grew up playing it.
That's so weird. I have to look into this.
So I was like, I'll do one of them, and then I was just thinking about like backyard games and like just like how fucking dumb most of them are, but also like how excited people get about them. Like what's the one? Fucking cornhole.
Oh,
Like, people love that game.
That's like a poor man's bocce ball or young people's poor man's bocce ball.
I
or some shit,
hate
right?
that game.
It's fucking awful.
It's fucking awful.
Yeah.
And like when people get excited about that game, I judge them pretty fucking harshly.
Usually they're like intoxicated though, right? Like I don't see a lot of people like getting all like, yeah, we're gonna throw some more cornhole, unless they're like pretty lit, you know.
I'm gonna throw bags in a hole 15 feet away from me.
Bags of
fucking. I do. Sober people like get excited about it. Like, oh, I'm gonna go down Dick's by cornhole set. It's just like, it's so dumb. But the worst one, like by far the worst one, is fucking washers.
I don't even know what this is.
It's exactly what it sounds like. It's fucking cornhole, which is already the worst fucking name ever, but played with fucking metal like washers, like you would put like underneath like a bolt or a screw. And it's like,
this sounds incredibly redneck.
I feel like it should have like an ad that's like, if you thought cornhole was trashy,
This is
wait
like
till you try washers.
South Jersey's own washers.
It is. It's definitely like, it's people play that in South Jersey. They don't play that in fucking Central Jersey because they'd be like, where the fuck are you from? It's just like, this is a recurring theme. It's just like the level of excitement that people have surrounding things that I find dumb. It's like like emotionally unmanageable to me when people get excited about things that are fundamentally stupid.
I feel that way about the Philadelphia Eagles, actually. Like every Sunday, every damn Sunday. Oh, God damn it.
I just feel like backyard games as a whole are like...
As a whole,
like, it's just like... It's like an invention... Like, so many of them are inventions of, like... not just like... They're not games of skill. They're like byproducts of absolute boredom, and they're all the same game. It's like cut a hole and throw something at it, and try to win. It's just like I don't know, fucking washers. Like, really? This is exciting to you? And I've seen people get fucking excited. Like, oh, we're going to play washers. We're going to play washer. I never hear anyone saying it unless they like...
Do they say washers?
Exactly. It's exactly what I was going to say, where they have that accent where they put like the R after the A. We're going to play washers. Like, please don't. Like, please fucking... Can I throw a washer at your fucking face? Maybe you'll fucking bust a tooth and choke on it, so I don't have to fucking talk to you about this shit.
I don't think I have enough space in my backyard to play any games. Like maybe a game of like fucking like war, like the cards, like a 2-person game of war. But if we're talking about 4 to 5 person poker, nope, no room.
It's just like, where's the line, like, in how stupid those games are? Like, why can't you play like the premise of the game, because they're all the same game, is like, we're gonna play rocks. We're gonna pick up rocks and throw them at the hole.
I mean, does a
If you
pinata?
get it in, you win, and if you don't, then whoever was closest to the hole wins. Like, okay,
I have an exception, I think, to the rule, and it's like pinatas, like smashing pinatas, because that shit is actually really fun.
yeah, I
And
agree.
I don't care like about who wins or whatever. The fact that it explodes with like shit that people just go running and beating each other up for is hilarious to me.
I feel like pinatas are harder to break than I remember when I was younger.
Do you know
Either that or kids are weaker. I'm not sure which one it is.
it could be both. So I personally know this gentleman that designed like a line share of the pinatas in the United States, right?
Really?
Yeah. So when I first got out of college, I worked in this like small art department in South Philly, and what I quickly learned is there's only a couple people, first off, that design pinatas. Like it's just not like a very there's not a lot of people in the pinata design field, I guess, right? And there's fewer that manufacture it. So this guy Joe Italiano was like this through and through like fucking Italian dude from South fucking Philly. He designed like he was like I don't know, he must have been like 65 when I met him, and he had like a book. Like he was like before computers guy, you know. He would like sketch out all these things. I mean, if you walked into like a party
Joe
city,
Italiano has a restaurant down the street from here.
I think you mentioned that to me, and I feel like I've mentioned him before as well. But like, I don't know if it's the same guy. I'll have to check it out.
How many people are gonna fucking call themselves that? Because it's
Joey.
not a real last name. Like, how many people are
it's
gonna
not.
fucking call themselves that? It's gotta. There's no way it's not the same guy.
So I have to go there then. I have to go there.
Okay.
Like, yeah, I have to go there. Like I know, like I was like, you know, we were anyway. So he designed
Maybe next
like,
week we'll go there for dinner, and then we'll actually do an after dinner mints, like the show is initially planned.
he designed like a fucking shit ton of pinatas, man. Like, so I got to a place where like if I walked into like a party city or a party fair or like a really shitty party supply store, I could walk into like the
You can recognize his work.
well yes,
This is
but no.
work of the master.
No, so I could like recognize some of my like so I'd go in and I would look at like you know like they have like those like joke candy like spicy gum or snapping gum or like like fart whistle like a whoopee cushions. So I used
Yeah.
to like design like the blister packaging for it, like the blister cards. And so I could go in and look and see if it would either say like unique or Amscan. Like Amscan was like this Uber fucking whatever thing. And so like Joe Italiano had like two.
Wait, Amscan is what? Because I've seen that before, and I don't know what it means.
They're like Amscan is like a product like a paper products and consumer goods manufacturer, like
Okay.
cups, plates, like junky party shit, like just shit that you find in like fucking break rooms and stuff like that.
yeah, okay.
So Joe Italiano had like maybe two other versions of himself that he was aware of, and like the three of them pretty much had like locked down all the fucking pinatas design that I know of in the United States at least. Like
I would have assumed that they were all designed in Mexico and sent over.
you would think that. No, I mean maybe, but like if then
But no, they're designed by an Italian guy from South Philly.
So there was one time I saw the pinata on like The Office, and I was like flipping out. I was like, "Oh, Joe!" And I like had to go in and check with them, and of course, I think he did. I forget. I don't know. I don't think that I ever really appreciated it until after I left that place. Like I didn't ever let him know how starstruck I was when I would go and like see his pinatas sitting around, right? But like more people probably saw his art than like most artists, I guess.
Would never know it.
Well, yeah, it's not. I mean, it's not. I mean, is it? I guess it's art, right? Like a little 3D
It's
cardboard donkey
art-ish.
or whatever, art-ish. It's art adjacent.
It's design.
Yeah, it's design.
It's design. Yeah, that's what design is. It's functional. It's adjacent to art. It's functional art. It's art with a function.
Meant to be destroyed. Anyway, yeah, fucking pinatas
Meant to
are
be
awesome.
consumed.
Yeah, pinatas are awesome.
Yeah, I feel like I don't know. Obviously have been to a bunch of kids' birthday parties, but I feel like pinatas. I don't know if pinatas are stronger or kids are weaker, but I feel like using a pinata is much more cumbersome than it used to be. It's like a different fucking. I don't know. It just takes longer to break.
Is it the
Like it seems like a much longer game. Maybe it's because I find it boring now. I don't know.
So when I was a kid, I used to play with like these like steel Tonka trucks, and it was noteworthy because steel rusts and like eventually becomes sharp and jagged and like cuts you and gets you like fucking hepatitis and shit.
Sure.
So now they make those. Then they went eventually, and they made them with like I don't know something
Plastic.
else, and now they make them with like plastic or like rubber. So is it possible that like the weapons that we now use to destroy piñatas have gotten weaker?
No, because I feel like we use the same thing we've always used, which is either a baseball bat or fucking like like a broom handle with the fucking broom removed. Like I feel like it's the same shit every time. Wooden one, a metal one. But like I've been to a couple birthday parties, like kids' birthday parties, like where it's like finally an adult has to step in and fucking hit the piñata, and even that is like it's not fucking broken, you know.
Maybe it's like a trick, like a gag piñata, like those candles.
No,
You
they're
can't blow
definitely
out.
real. They're like for fucking kids' birthday parties, and they film with like shitty candy.
That would actually be pretty hilarious to make like a piñata that doesn't explode. Just have people sit there and it's like triple welded inside.
Yeah, make it out of like fucking rebar. And you're some little kid with a fucking baseball bat just going dung, fucking rocking themselves while they meet like that amount of unexpected resistance.
Oh my god, that would be. It's one of those things that like
You hear the clang, clang,
that like the reward will not be so great because you probably won't get to see it, but just to know that it's out there happening,
yeah,
like the hot sauce on the dildos,
or the candy onion.
candy onion.
Yeah, you do like a Halloween party. You make like a bunch of candy apples, but in the middle you hide one candy onion. You don't fucking mention it to anybody. You just watch the candy
Yeah, yep.
You just watch the candy apples fucking get picked up and fucking consumed.
Know that one kid's gonna get
and know
dicked.
that somebody sooner or later is like picking up that fucking onion and taking a big fucking bite,
You're gonna ruin some
ruining
kid's night.
their fucking night. Hopefully it's a little kid.
Have you done this?
I've made a candy onion, but I've not seen anybody consume it.
You've actually like you distributed this. You've done this then.
I've made one. It didn't get distributed.
Oh,
Yeah, like we made it as like a joke for a fucking Halloween party. And then someone else, a friend's wife was like, "It's too mean. You can't do it." And like fucking threw it out. And we're just like, what the fuck,
bitches,
man? Like it would have been hilarious. But yeah, like so foisted.
sometimes those are the best ones though.
Yeah, those are definitely the ones that like I'm freaking out fucking that are like the good ones. You're staring at me weird and I don't like it.
Oh no, because you just buried your nose onto the microphone, and I just remembered the time that you sat here like with your hand in front of the microphone like this, as you sat here and told me that you needed a microphone shield, and I was wondering if that's what's happening right now.
Yeah, I'm starting to feel fucking weird.
Oh Jesus Christ!
I don't know what's going on.
I gotta-
I've been like through the roof fucking that's better. I've been like through the roof anxiety lately, so it's just like it's got to be part of that. Like it's I don't know, like last night I fucking was freaking out and couldn't fucking sleep. Like I like fell asleep and then I like rocketed out of sleep like a couple fucking times and then I couldn't fall asleep till like fucking 3:30 in the morning and then like I woke up, completely fucking beat from not being able to sleep. So I just think I have like a weird thing going on right now.
You were sitting pretty close to you say her name on here, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, okay. You were sitting pretty close to Allegra on the couch out there.
I mean, she's been on here.
Well, shit, I forgot about that.
Was I sitting really close?
Well, I mean, she sat close to you, I guess.
Yeah, I sat down first.
Yeah. But yeah, so I just looked over and I saw your nose was like just glued to the microphone like this. And
Dude, it's my fucking nose. Like it's like
you need a nose shield again.
I had a whole fucking conversation about like these wild anxieties I have in therapy the other day. Like fucking, and I do, man. I have wild fucking anxieties, like things that will make me like hyperventilate and not be able to breathe. Like
In the like a big picture thing or like little moments, you mean? Like
what do you
like
mean
a
big
like
picture thing?
So like oh, I'm getting married soon, or like
Oh, no, I don't
I
give
have
a
to
shit.
go. I have to be here by 3:00 right now.
No, big events don't phase me. Neither do like disasters. So like even in like regular life, like outside of like moments of fucking anxiety, like if shit hits the fan, I can like I'm like cool to fuck. I almost said pickle. That doesn't make sense. Like I am like fucking calm as fuck if there's a disaster. But a minor inconvenience will send me flying over the fucking edge, like flying over the edge.
I've noticed it's interesting. I'm not the same, I guess, but like I noticed I generally come across very calm in person, right? So people like there's times when I've been like losing my shit inside, and I've like explained that to somebody, and they look at me and they like seem really dumbfounded, but like inside I'm totally losing my shit, right?
Right.
But it's just like the way I'm presenting myself, I guess.
Right.
But yeah, mine is like kind of the opposite. Like I'm really good with like all the little things. It's like the overarching big themes of my life that like give me panic attacks.
Right.
Like I just turned 40, or like I don't have a kid, or I want to this, or I don't know. It's like shit like that. Like those are the things that keep me fucking.
Yeah, the midlife shit fucked with me, but like for the most part, big shit's not a big deal. But so like I have this like there is no fucking it doesn't make any sense. But if I see holes,
Like glory holes,
no, like holes in an object like close together.
like donut holes,
No, just like
like
if
a
there's
hole in your shirt
a
or something?
singular no, there has to be many of them. Like if I see like a singular object with a bunch of holes in them, I will freak the fuck out. Like I can't look at it.
Can you
Like
give me
I
an
can't
example
breathe.
without having a panic attack?
I don't know that I can even think of an example.
Okay. Well, that's just so like what
But they have to be round holes.
are you messing with me right now?
No.
So like it creates like what does it do to you? Like it makes you like want to
Just,
like leave
like,
the room, or like
Super heightened anxiety to the point of like I might pass out.
what it interesting.
So like you see the screen on the microphone?
Yeah.
If those holes were circles, I wouldn't be able to have these.
Really?
Really. I can't fucking
Is there like do you understand why or no? Or is it
So-
just like this thing that like
I think we got to a place where it's like, so one of the other things I'm like terrified of is fucking wasps. Like terrified of them. And I think it's because growing up at my dad's house, there were always fucking paper wasps. Like they would burrow through the roof. Like remember how he had like that den? Mm-hmm. Like you like the door that we
or
would
like
all
the side, yeah,
go
the
into.
left side of the house, whatever.
Yeah. We would always get paper wasps in that house, and they would always like build nests in the fucking corner like of the ceiling. Mm-hmm. And I think it's like legitimately like I think it's that. Like I spent my whole childhood like monitoring the corners of the house for like those like little wasp nests that are essentially like a bunch of holes clustered together.
Yeah.
And then like the wasps are really fucking aggressive. Like they don't wait for you to they're not like a bee where like
Like a bee stings you because it's defending itself.
yeah, you swat at a bee, it'll fucking sting you. You exist in within 100 yards of a wasp and it is trying to fucking murder you.
Do wasps also suffer like a similar fate to bees?
Nope, they can sting you over and over and
Oh,
over
so
again.
of course that's why they don't give
Over
a
and
fuck.
over and over again. Doesn't matter to them. They're vicious, vile fucking creatures. But I think, like, looking at the thing that had a bunch of fucking holes in it for, like, most of my childhood to, like, be fucking terrified of it, like, being conditioned to be, like, scared of that fucking thing. It was always in the fucking house. You would fucking, like, we would go and, like, my dad would, like, spray it with fucking, like, bug spray and wasp killer and then rip the fucking thing down. And then, like, within a day, there'd be a new one up.
God damn.
Like, they knew how to get in. Like, I don't know if it was, like, an issue with the roof. He doesn't get them anymore, you know? But I think, like, that's the reason for that.
Shit.
Yeah.
I have so not for going into like irrational fears, I have this I don't know if it's a fear. Fear might not be the right. I think it's the right word. So mice are like little tiny harmless fucking pussy things, right? Like they can't harm anything. They can't do fucking anything.
Yeah.
But like shit and like the worst they could probably do is like give you like a little tiny nibble onto your toe or something, right? But if I fucking see them, like I lose my shit. Like I jump up on the couch, like I'm fucking like picking all my shit up off the floor, like I'm fucking putting
Like a woman in a
I'm putting
cartoon.
pulling my socks up, I'm putting my fucking pants, tucking my pants into my socks and shit. Like yeah, like a fucking like a version of like Tom Cruise on Oprah's couch meets like a fucking woman in a cartoon or something.
Like fucking Judy Jetson jumping on a couch because she saw a mouse.
Yeah, and for no reason. Like for no reason. Like I had to. My cat had killed a mouse like a couple months ago, and I came downstairs into my kitchen where he had left him unceremoniously, like at the bottom of the stairs. And I saw it, and I'm like, oh! And I like flip out, and I start screaming. And I'm yelling at the cat, and I'm like, get him the fuck out of here, right? As if he's gonna do something about that.
That was a gift for you.
Yeah.
That's
So
what it is. Cats fucking present you what they killed to show you, like, I'm worth keeping around.
I just took something and threw it over top of the mouse, so I didn't have to look at him for a little bit, and then I went back upstairs until I like calmed down a bit, and then I came back down and eventually took care of the mouse.
Right.
But I
right.
fucking like rational fears of mine are snakes, but irrational are mice. Like I don't fucking get it, man. I just don't get it.
Yeah, I don't know. Fucking.
My parents they do and did have like a mouse thing going on in their house, but like that I don't think this is related.
I have a fucking handful of, like, weird things that freak me out that, like, is hard to fucking talk about because someone will just freak me out talking about them. But, like, the whole thing is one fucking hornets and shit. Like, we get fucking cicada killers, which, you know what those are, right?
I know what cicadas are.
So, like, a cicada killer, like a cicada wasp, they call it, or like a cicada killer, or like a cicada hornet, is this giant, I mean giant fucking hornet. Like, I'm freaked out looking at the fucking picture.
Yeah.
Like, this is perspective. Like, they're fucking humongous. And they're that size because they kill, like, this is one compared to like a regular yellow jacket.
Damn.
They're fucking.
So what's a cicada killer then?
So they kill cicadas,
Okay.
which is why they're that fucking big. And like they generally don't fuck with people.
Oh, the first thing that you showed me was the. Oh, okay, I got you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, they generally don't fuck with people. But if you fuck with it, it will sting you. And it's apparently like one of the most painful things like in the fucking world. And, I get them in the yard from time to time. And they're like solitary, right? Like, it's a solitary wasp, which is like, it digs a hole, it stays in the hole, fucking kills a cicada, lays some eggs, like feeds its fucking wasp babies.
Yeah.
But if you fuck with it, it'll like fuck with you. But for the most part, it like leaves you alone. It'll like buzz around you to warn you, like, stay away from my fucking hole. But so the other day I'm moving like bricks into the backyard to like build the patio, and I go to pick one of the bricks up, like, because I have like pallets and pallets of bricks outside, and I'm down to like one pallet now, like a half pallet actually. But I go to like lift up a brick, and there's a fucking cicada wasp like right, like on the next brick. Like, if I picked up that brick, I would have been picking up the brick with it on it, and it's just like it's bigger than my fucking thumb, right? Like, it's fucking enormous, and it's just like pulsing, like it's fucking thorax. It's pulsing like it's a dick about to fucking come. Like, it's just like it's like a fucking heartbeat, like pulsing, like and it's fucking humongous. So I'm like, what the fuck? And I like take a step back, and it just sat there, right? And I was like, well, I can't even pick up these fucking bricks because if it thinks I'm fucking with it, like, what am I gonna do? So I went inside and got a can of fucking wasp killer, which I always keep fucking handy, and so I sprayed it, and then I call Agra. I'm like, do you know how much fucking wasp killer it takes to kill a cicada killer? And she's like, I don't know. I was like, I'm not sure if it's an entire can, but that's definitely how much I just fucking used. Because, and dude, like, it took a lot. Like, it just like sat there taking it, like not dying. Like when you kill a wasp with wasp spray, you know, because it just crawls up and fucking dies. Like it took it for a while. And then, you know, then I like hosed the whole thing down because I got to move all these bricks and they're covered with like fucking bug poison. But it was like just seeing how much like fucking straight poison it took to kill this thing was like, what the fuck? Like terrifying fucking animal, like terrifying fucking creature. Like makes me fucking like skeeve, like my hair's fucking standing up thinking about it.
Jesus. I've kind of feel that way about mice, honestly. Like, I think I've only seen 2 in my house ever. And to be honest, to be fair, I did have like a cat for a lot of the time. But, so the one was like killed and left in my kitchen floor.
Yeah.
And the other, I don't know if I mentioned this on the show before. To clean, I use like this like 99% isopropyl alcohol to clean some glassware at my house for like work things and stuff.
Yeah.
So like occasionally I'll leave it like sitting into it, like a glass or a jar or something to like let it like degrease, right?
Right.
So I had done that, and I guess I left for the weekend.
No.
And I came home, and a mouse had gotten into the jar. Like it was just like a like about the size
Like
of the water bottle.
perfectly preserved dead.
Oh my god! It was just sitting like it was like immortalized. Yeah, it was like frozen in space. Like just like it was the creepiest looking fucking thing I ever had to get rid
That's
of.
fucking crazy.
He just died. It's 99% alcohol. Like it's no joke, man.
Yeah, so it probably died like pretty fucking instantly.
Yeah, it was quite pleasant thing to come home to, like right on
Wow.
my counter where I eat food and stuff.
Yeah, I mean it's basically like formaldehyde at that point. Like you're just preserving it.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's fucking gross.
Yeah, it was.
I wonder how much fucking hornet spray it takes to kill a mouse.
I have no
Probably
idea.
way less than it takes to kill a cicada killer. I'm willing to fucking bet.
Probably. Fucking probably, man. I went through some shit fucking with all those different things. Like, actually, like a year ago, I was going to war with multiple things in my backyard. Like a cat that had converted my backyard into a fucking litter box.
Right.
That forced me to go down all kinds of different alleyways and ended up getting like fox urine to like its natural enemy to like cover my backyard and it's the smell of its enemy. To like fucking sprays and any like you name it, and I was trying it.
I'm still curious how they like harvest fox urine.
I don't know.
Like, how do you like? What do you? Because you can't be like piss in this jar. Like, what?
Can I tell you something really weird? I was like cleaning up some of my house like recently, like doing like spring whatever fall cleaning. I don't know.
Yeah.
And I came across the jar, like the remaining thing of fox urine, and it wasn't cheap, right? So I'm like, oh, I'm not going to throw this away because what if I have another fucking situation where another cat is trying to turn my yard into like his fucking litter box again? So now I'm storing like 2-year-old fox urine at my house. I'm sure it's not fucking pleasant, man. I should probably just get rid of it. I feel embarrassed having it.
I mean, does it smell? Like with the bottle unopened, just does it smell?
No.
Then you're fine.
Unless I have no sense of... No, because I smell things all the time.
I mean, is it very clearly fucking labeled?
No.
Yeah, that should be.
Well, I live alone. No, you're probably right. No, it's not very clearly labeled.
Wait,
I know
wait,
what it
wait.
is.
So is that the container it came in?
Yes. Oh,
It came in an unlabeled container?
it was... No, it wasn't unlabeled, but the label was not very large, informational. No, it wasn't.
Because if somebody sent me just like a jar of urine and they were like, wink, wink, trust me, it's from a fox,
They...
I'd have some fucking questions.
I think there was a picture of the fox that was included in
Of
the...
the specific fox?
No, like a
They
general...
were like, here, pee in this cup. Mr.
like a general fox. I think it was a picture of the fox. I don't know how I fucking... I don't even know, like, I forget where I purchased it from. It was like, I'm sure it was like a survivalist website or something. And my bigger concern was probably like giving them my credit card information. But to this day, I guess it's okay. I mean, I got the fox urine without getting my credit card stolen, I guess.
It's just such a weird fucking... I don't know. Like how clearly...
It's
All right,
like
so it arrives in a box, right? Like UPS
you know what it looks
brings
like?
it over.
It looks like a clear those clear like mustard container things,
Right.
but with like a modified lid on
Clear
top.
mustard
Like if
container.
I was like a diner, like the little like mustard and ketchup, like the clear squirt bottles, you know?
Okay, like a Golden's bottle.
Yeah, like that.
Okay.
But like with a modified top to it. And it has like a little sticker that says what kind of like species it was and the quantity, the volume, and like when it was harvested.
When it has
Do you want me to like bring it in for show and tell?
No, it has a harvest date on it.
Yeah, like a
So it's like all right, so wait, just like hypothetically, like I'm trying to work through this. If it's like Fox P harvested on February 2nd, is that when they finished harvesting it? Did they collect pee from multiple foxes
I would hope they
to
collected
put
it from
in
multiple
one
foxes.
jar? Or did they just torment one fucking fox until it repeatedly pissed in this jar? Or did they start on like fucking, a week before and gradually move up to the appropriate level of piss to send it to a customer?
You know, it was kind of a hectic point in my life when I was going through all this, so it's hard for me to remember the details. But I can tell you that I wouldn't have purchased it if it didn't have outstanding feedback. So somewhere, wherever it was, they had like procured this like reputable, like become this reputable like distributor of animal urines, where Fox wasn't even their most popular urine. Like it was just the predator of the enemy that I had. So I don't know if somebody tells me that all they do is sell urine, I'm like, if that's really how you want to scam people, then I don't fucking know what to do with that. Like I guess that's not. I just never
I could
expected that they would be
see-
giving me like fake urine.
It's
maybe it's just
definitely,
some guy pissing in a jar.
Well, that's what I mean. Like, it's so easy to fucking scam.
It doesn't look like human colored piss. It doesn't look like
But
human
if
colored
it
piss.
sits around in a jar, it's going to get fucking darker and deeper and fucking more pungent.
Are you saying that you want to join in this business enterprise with me?
I'm saying that, like,
I used to piss into jars when I was in college.
have you ever been into a fucking restroom where, like, nobody cleaned the restroom recently and nobody flushed the urinal either? So, like, a bunch of people pissed and it's sitting there.
Frequently.
And it's like an incredibly deep fucking yellow orange color and
Yeah.
it smells rancid. Like, how do you not know that it's just like, I'm going to let my piss sit for a week and call it fox piss? Like, is there a licensing agency that validates this? Like, how do you fucking... I'm just saying, it feels like it could easily be a scam. Did it keep cats away?
The cat did stop coming around, yes.
Okay, so there's that.
But there was also many other catalysts that could have been the thing that had prevented the cat from coming.
Okay.
Anyway, I when I was in college, I did have some of my own experience storing urine in jars when we like
We're hoarders.
I lived in the dorm room for like 6 months, right, before I moved out and like
Right.
never lived there again. And in that time, I had the unfortunate experience of living across from the person. What's their fucking like the hall, like the floors, like hall
The
monitor,
FA, whatever the fuck they're called.
whatever the fuck that is.
What does that stand for? I know they call it
Basically like the hall monitor. What the fuck is it called? I don't know. Whatever
an
they are.
FA.
Yeah, I forget.
But what does FA stand for?
I can't remember.
Maybe it's not what it is.
So the person like the
An RA.
RA,
Yeah.
resident advisor.
Resident advisor.
So the RA was right across the way, and they had like reported us for a couple things. Like I think we were smoking weed and we were somebody threw a chair out of the window like onto
Right.
Broad Street, which really brought some attention to our way. But the dude had gotten into us into some trouble, so we had plotted to get back at him during the Thanksgiving break, right? Prior to like the week prior to Thanksgiving, we had the three of us had started urinating into bottles, like 40s, like glass jars, soup jars, like you name it. If it was
Sure.
empty and had a lid, we would urinate into it. So we had formulated this plan, and what we did was there's a security camera, like there was outside of our door, right? So when you opened the door, you'd have like a 3-foot gap between ours and the door across the way. So we had a little funnel, and we had like opened the door without like being onto the camera and tried to position it to get like slide it under the door, which took like some effort, but eventually we did do. And then we began like funneling like 40s of urine into the funnel onto the guy's floor to sit there for the whole weekend. This was like Friday night. So he came back like Monday or Tuesday and had like gallons of fucking urine on his floor. And god damn it, it was one of the most like victorious things. And then I left, and I fucking left.
Did they know that you did it?
Oh, I have no. We never. Nobody ever said.
But
anything.
like, did they? Do you think they suspected it was you?
Possibly. I mean, he wasn't really a well liked person. Like we weren't the only ones on the floor that had like there was like 20 apartments or 20 like whatever like dorms or whatever on the floor, and nobody really liked him. I don't think. Like he had shut a bunch of people's cable off and stuff like that.
Really?
Yeah. Like he
Why?
because he had the fucking key to the cable door. I don't know. Whatever. So yeah, I mean, probably, I would say yes, but you know, I had moved out like 3 weeks later and never really saw the guy again. So I don't know.
I lived for free in a college dorm for a while, which was fucking weird.
Actually, I didn't. I moved out and I came back. But yeah, go on. I did too.
I had a friend who we both know who we went to high school with that went to the same college as me, and I was supposed to be a commuter because, you know, it's just not that far. And plus, like, work because I was paying my own way through college. But, you know, my friend let me into the fucking dorms.
Yeah.
And I was there all the time. Like it started out like I was there all the time, so everybody just got used to seeing me, so they just stopped asking for like, because you know I had a student ID because I went to that school.
Yeah.
But like I didn't have an ID to get into that dorm. I still needed a visitor to sign me in, but I had just gone in and out so fucking frequently that they just, you know, stopped asking. They were just like, you know, just like everybody else who lives there, just like, yeah, they just like nod at you and you walk through and you're like, cool.
Yeah.
So like they stopped asking, and there was a fucking vacant dorm on the floor, and I just fucking credit carded my way in, and that was that. And you know, for fucking 6 months I lived in this, like I literally, like I brought clothes, there was, you know, like fucking air mattress, like I just brought shit in a fucking backpack. And for 6 months, I lived in this fucking dorm room on Pine Street.
Wow.
At the University of the Arts, and never paid a fucking penny of fucking additional rent to the school. And then fucking, I just got an apartment in the city, and that was that. Like,
So okay, I actually had a similar experience. So after my 6 months, I moved out. Right, I moved into like. I just wanted to get away from the dorm. Like I thought I needed to be free or whatever.
Yeah.
And I was working like, you know, like a shit ass job and going to school full time. So I didn't have a ton of money. And I, you know, my parents don't have money like that. So I had to pay my own way or whatever. So I got what I could afford, which was like, I ended up living on Drexel, like in University City, on like in a frat house that wasn't actually a frat, right? It was just like these 5 dudes who had taken these 2 bedrooms and divided them up, like partitioned them. And so this guy that I worked with that offered me the space, he had lived. So this is what happened. So when I got to there, half of the kitchen was a kitchen and the other half was divided into like living space.
Right.
And he had commandeered that half of the kitchen, which was then further broken down into 2 when I took half of that. So I had 1/4 of a kitchen that I was living in for like 3 months, and it was awful. So I routinely would just go on back to the dorms because I was friends with the kid that lived there.
Right.
And the same thing, I was just so used to the security guard seeing me. I'd be like, yo, what's up? Then eventually somebody came and took that bed spot or whatever. And it just so happened to be, weirdly enough, this kid that we went to high school with, that graduated with us, Tim P.
Yeah.
And we ended up becoming friends, and like I never was friends with him in high school, and we actually became really close. And then the 3 of us got a place together,
Yeah.
like a regular place with 3 bedrooms. So yeah,
Yeah.
fucking living in a kitchen in West Philly was like perhaps the worst thing I'd ever done in my life. They did actually. There was some like crappy TV show on CBS about a taxi driver. And they came and like used our bathroom a couple of times. Like they would film, like they're filming like in that area, right? So the crew would like use our bathroom, and they would pay us like $50 a day. So I think we made like $250 one week for like whoring out our whole place.
Okay.
Yeah, that was the best thing about living there, pretty much.
Yeah, I remember I don't know. Fucking. I don't know. I don't know what I was just gonna fucking get into because now I'm thinking of like three different fucking things. But yeah, like getting away with that was like no one caught on. That was
Yeah.
the thing.
Oh yeah.
Like no one, and like there was a couple people that I suspected they knew what I was up to, but now because like at one point like this one girl was like, so wait, so who do you share your dorm with? Because it's like four people that would dorm, and I'm like, oh, like,
You had your own.
you didn't fucking answer, like, and they're like, no, I'm like, yeah, like fucking. Share my dorm.
It couldn't have been
like,
cheap either. Like I know mine wasn't like downtown, like in
No.
Center City, whatever. It was not
stupid
cheap.
expensive.
Yeah.
Stupid expensive. Like it was way cheaper to move out, get a fucking house, and
Oh,
like
yeah.
pay your utility bills. Like
I think
and
it was like 25% of the price probably. Like a
per
fraction.
fucking person, and that was like that was part of the thing. It was like I think each student was paying like $1,000 a month or something
For the dorm.
For the dorm.
Yeah, oh yeah, yeah. Mine
And
was
then
like $1,000, maybe 1,200 even.
Yeah,
Shit.
and then like the reality is like in Philly at that time, like fucking late 90s, early
Get a
2000s,
fucking house for that.
you could like I fucking rented. I had a 3-bedroom house. I paid fucking $800 for it.
Yeah, I mean, I pay less than that now. What we were paying for the thing now. I have a
Right.
whole house still.
And it's like you move into college and like you have 4 people paying $1,000. Like each dorm room is netting a minimum of $4,000 a month
For what? Yeah.
for the fucking university for something that's like a fraction of the facility you would get if you just fucking moved 3 blocks away and rented a fucking, rented a row home.
I mean, Jesus Christ, you could have lived in like the bougiest part of town for that. Yeah, back then.
Yeah, you could have fucking been in Rittenhouse.
Yeah, you could have been like living amongst the doctors and doctors and
doctors and lawyers
doctors
and
and
shit,
lawyers
yeah.
and shit. Yeah.
Yeah, you could have been a couple blocks north, fucking like living like a rich fucking person.
It's a fucking scam, man. At
Or
least
like
for,
an entry level rich person.
for like universities that exist in the city. It's a scam.
Yeah, it is.
Jesus Christ.
We're 47 and I'm struggling to keep my eyes open.
I noticed
Do we
that since
wanna
you were
fucking-
since you were putting your nose up on the microphone. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, that's bad.